cool kids. How you feeling today, cool kids? Well, I am happy to announce that the shiny is going whee! Like it looks like a rocket ship right now. Yeah. After holding the ground near $20 for the last couple days, after dropping below 20 for the first time in a little while, it is now doing what silver does, being volatile. Only the volatility is upward in momentum for right now, despite stock markets going down, equity markets. It is important to note that there are some things going on economically that we don't see every day. For example, the M2 money supply dropped. It had negative growth. For the first time, yeah, I think ever, but probably in a long time anyway. I've seen some charts that show it having done something similar in the 1920s, late 20s, early 30s, but we didn't have, I don't know, it wasn't quite the same then as it is now. So really what's going on is unprecedented, and we don't know how this is going to affect the economy. But if you're one who believes that the economy is screwed, it might be a portent of future things. If you have the 88 5ECU and you want to send it to me, let me know. Yeah, it only came in a proof, but if you have it, it would complete my collection. Yeah. Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. So, I guess the thing I'm trying to say is silver is proving quite resilient today so far, and has kind of detached itself from the equities markets, which it was attached to since I think August of last year. Silver has pretty much moved with the Dow Jones or against the dollar. Yep, they've kind of been in lockstep for that amount of time. And how do we feel about that? Well, that's a good question. How do we feel about that? And the answer is I don't know. I don't know where it's all going, but I do know that our friend Silver is definitely holding up its end of the deal today. We'll see how that goes. I personally had hoped that silver would drop for a while. I'm a huge fan of silver dropping. Right now, when I'm in the accumulation phase. But I would understand totally how someone would feel the opposite if they were especially near retirement. So I'm not wishing it. A steady silver actually leads credence to its investment potential because it's the main reason you're seeing a lot of gold bugs these days. It's because gold is far less volatile. But if silver shows resilience, well, that puts you in a totally different class of monetary metal. Right now, a lot of people argue that silver is primarily a industrial metal that happens to have long lost monetary metal associations. So in the 1800s, 1870s, I think it was, we went to a gold standard instead of a bimetallic standard. And ever since then, silver's kind of lost a little bit of its sparkle as far as monetary metal association goes. With the advent of modernization and the amazing uses silver has as an industrial metal, times definitely changed, and with the times, the idea that silver was money kind of went to the wayside, and it culminated in the end of silver as money in our coinage, didn't it? Yeah. But in 1980, well, we turned that on its head, didn't we? When the Hunt brothers tried to corner the markets, and, well, a new legend was born. But that left a bad taste in a lot of mouths, and it led to the current situation, which is naked shorts. I'm going to say it flat out. Naked shorts, futures contracts being oversold compared to the amount of actual shiny available at any given time. But what we do? What do we do indeed? These questions and many more can be answered, but not by me. If I knew the answers, I'd be rich. But I want you guys to really sit and contemplate all this. There's a lot to this game that we're playing. It's not as simple as we think. The fundamentals for silver look great. Coming out of the ground, believe it or not, coming out of the ground, silver comes out of the ground at 10 to 1 to gold. But pricing is nearly 100 to 1. Most silver produced is a byproduct, of copper production and base metal production. So most of your silver comes from base metals and not ores from a direct silver mine. What happens when copper production goes down? Say if we had a economic collapse where industrial use isn't occurring anymore because goods and services are not wanted, needed, desired, or required. Well, you would see a precipitous drop in the production of silver. Now, I'm just painting a perfect case scenario here. What if at the same time silver regained its metallic nature, or its moneyed nature, and took its place next to gold? Well, you would see a very different scenario, a very different price structure for silver. And I'm not predicting that, I'm just giving possibilities here. But the fundamentals are astounding. There are definite possibilities that need to be explored, want to be explored, and you can explore them if you take the time and you do your due diligence. That is really the key, doing that due diligence. If you do your due diligence and you make a constructive and effective plan and you budget your purchases properly, there is no reason you cannot stack safely and soundly and also enjoy yourself. Have a little fun. Get a little variety in your stack. It's kind of my way of doing things, but, to each their own. And that's where due diligence comes in. You choose what you want to stack, and then you make that happen. You make it your stack. You can pretty much sincerely individualize your stack. It's customizable to such an extent that I can't think of too many investments that allow this kind of customizability. I mean, you could literally have a completely different stack than someone else and still have the same number of ounces of silver when you go to sell. And that's a pretty neat little trick. You could have this in the form of a paper contract. You could have this in the form of silver from the Netherlands. For example, I'm just throwing a random example out there. A Netherlands stack could be a thing. You could actually have ounces and ounces of silver from the Netherlands. Who knew? Or you could have lovely, lovely pure bullion in the form of generics or coins. But, I prefer getting my silver under melt. If I can. And if it's a fun little numismatic piece that's, from a exotic location, for example, like this one, and in nice shape and under melt, man, I don't have a problem with that. I kind of think it's cool. But you may see it another way, and that is fine. That's the beauty of this game. We get to customize our stacks and stack what we want. And that is a beautiful thing. So, to sum up, silver remains strong so far today, despite market losses in the equity sectors. There are a whole myriad of potential pitfalls to the markets these days, and people will potentially be running, I say potentially, to safe haven assets. And monetary metals traditionally can act as safe haven assets. The fundamentals for silver are strong even if the pricing is not. This could potentially work to your advantage. But keep in mind, I am in no way giving investment advice, as I am neither qualified nor willing to do that. I am willing, however, to show you all my cool, sweet little coins that, kind of formulate something of a collection. Yeah? A collection of little oddities, little friendly oddities. Things that, well, maybe I probably shouldn't collect. Right? Ooh, that's my cue. Hold that thought. Well, cool kids, we're starting to cool down, but I did want to finish showing off the Netherlands. I don't know if we'll be able to do it in a timely fashion, though. Only because I have a couple ounces of this stuff, just a few. And as such, hi Finney. He smells that food I just cooked, and he's like, steak and eggs? I think I will. I think I'll have steak and eggs. And I think if I ate more ramen, I could have more stuff like this. That's what I'm thinking, but we're thinking different things, Finn and Eva. Eva likes chicken breasts and cheese and olives, loves olives. Will not eat steak. Won't do it. Ooh, look at that. That's a nice price. Won't eat steak. Won't touch it. Won't touch it. Not her bag. She is a olive lover, though. I mean, like, it's pretty crazy how much she loves olives. I gotta say, do you guys have cats? If you do, have you ever seen one that loves olives? Because that, to me, is pretty out there. Pretty out there. So what do you guys think of the Netherlands? Do you think they have some neat coins? Wilhelmina. You guys need to read up on Wilhelmina. Now, at one point in time, she was the wealthiest woman on earth. Yeah. And she was good with the money. Like, she did her own investing. Yeah. Yeah, she did it. She did that on her own. You know what I'm saying? Like back, you see, her husband, he was a philanderer. He was also a bit of a parasite. So she had to endeavor upon herself to take care of the finances because he was a spendthrift. You see, and I mean, this woman served her country through 2 world wars. One was from Britain because, Germany kind of stomped on that Second World War at the beginning. But she still, dutifully fulfilled her station. And that's always a good thing. Yeah, I think. But what do I know? We're almost there, guys. The real point of this exercise is for me to make sure that you know, guys, that silver and silver accessories are sincerely an amazing way to protect your future, potentially, if in fact we are coming on stormy times. I want to add one more factor that a lot of people are ignoring or maybe haven't considered, and that is demographics. So if the United States is demographically challenged and that the baby boom is retiring wholesale, that could be a major factor in future market trends. For example, if you're in your golden years, you're less likely to buy and hold and more likely to be looking to liquidate your stocks. Well, when you consider that 70% of all assets are held by one generation in this country, you start to see a picture emerge, a picture that is less than favorable if, the situation gets out of hand. You could see major movements that wouldn't even be possible a few years ago simply because of demographics. Real estate is no different. If you are a real estate mogul, you might consider the fact that many people in retirement tend to downsize their living accommodations. This is a fact. Also, young people tend to like smaller dwellings these days. It could be a fad, especially once the babies start coming out, huh? But right now, the babies aren't coming out, and that's rather the point. That could be a major macroeconomic situation as well that people are not considering, or maybe they are. So this idea that the current trends will hold could be a complete and total illusion. It could be normalcy bias. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. I want you to have an amazing day. And please like, share, and subscribe. Find all the collectibles of your dreams while you're awake. Or I'm going to call you Leopold II. And take care.